our full coverage of the wine, art, and music event right here at the Portnoy Gallery on all of our GoLive Vegas platforms. And earlier, you heard the man himself, Neil. Well, now, none other than Dorothy. And of course, Dorothy, last time we spoke, you really kind of laid out the framework for what this event and what nights like this are all about. But just kind of to, fill people in who may have not tuned in the last time. When was this idea really first implemented? Because you guys have been doing this for a while now, but how did it really formulate?
So we were trying to, we're going into our fourth year
Yeah.
right now. So at the end of the year before we started, we were just like, what can we do? We need to do something fun. And so we're like, well, let's do something once a week. We were working with Ron Garrett at the
Yeah.
time. He was helping us out. And he's like, you should do a monthly event. So we said, well, why don't we have local entertainers come in? We'll do a local entertainment meets local business type of thing. And I always love to put a fundraiser, support somebody. So our passion that we love is the Tyler Robinson Foundation.
Mhm.
So we partnered with them. And then we had to figure out how we were going to get a winery here. And it just kind of all formed together. And we're like, what are we going to call it? And at first we were calling it was going to be art and wine and music. I don't know,
Yeah.
and then we kind of said it should be wine, art, and music, Wham. And so now everybody knows it is Wham going into the fourth year.
That's so cool to hear, especially when Neil joined us earlier, talked about his journey as an artist, and so much of that goes into not just his work, whether it be the portraits, the caricatures, but also how he networks and how he establishes these relationships. The honor of being Portnoyed, how is that not only the induction process, but in terms of filtering out who's worthy of that honor? Have you guys kind of figured out your criteria at this point? Is it kind of set in stone, or is it kind of evolved throughout time?
It's really evolved throughout time.
Mhm.
When we first moved here, Neil started doing caricatures of people um, uh, that he maybe wanted to meet, or somebody did something nice for him. A lot of times, if somebody starts supporting us or doing something special, giving us shout outs, and he one day he's like, oh, I think I'll do a Portnoid of them. And it always seems to turn out that that person is going through something emotionally or something that day that he has no idea. And they call up and they're like, you have no idea how that made me feel to see that. And our philosophy, and I think he's probably told you, is we want to put a smile on everybody's face. So that's what we do. Now, you can commission Neil, anybody can get
Mhm.
Portnoy. And when he does a Portnoy of these entertainers, they're always there for them to purchase the original. And did he tell you about our program that we have with the Portnoids?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Earlier
with the
when he joined
mugs,
us. Yeah.
with the mugs. Okay, so yeah, so that's and it really evolved during COVID, big time.
Yeah.
He was doing the entertainers every day, and we were putting them on the mugs, and then they were making money from the mugs, and we were making money from the mugs. So we all kind of got through COVID in that down time together. So that was great. And yeah, so what else do you want to know?
I love it. It's that's talking about covering all your bases.
Okay.
But and it's a great job of really giving the audience an idea of how this comes to be. But let me just ask you on any given Wham event, right? This is the first one of
Hmm.
2025. Last time we were here was the last one of 2024,
Right.
right before the holidays. Do you kind of get a little thematic with it? I know you have your same kind of cookie cutter formula because you stick with what works and it makes your guests happy and makes everyone very, involved, the
Hmm.
community. But do you feel that there's certain things that take mental notes, especially on your end, because so much what Neil does, it's showcasing his art, he's mingling. But I've been watching you, Dorothy. You are in charge of it all, whether it
Yes.
be the food, the refreshments, the wine, making sure the focus is on the entertainment and the people getting the honor. Like, how do you get all your ducks in a row on your end of this? Because we already spoke to Neil, but I think with the role you play, is every bit as integral, and he's been the first to say that.
So it's hard. So now, once this event is over,
Mhm.
the next one is starting.
Right.
So it's a month plan and a month promoting. Um, Basically, so at the beginning it was a little mishmash and nerves and everything. Now, like you said, I have everything down.
Mhm.
Um, Everybody seems to like the um, snacks that I put out, the charcuterie boards, and so I've kind of basically just been doing that same thing. And once in a while, I'll throw something different in
Right.
if it's a holiday or something. So that's basically the same. Um, when I picked, we had Vegas Valley Winery with
Mhm.
us for the first almost all 3 years. They had an issue with staffing. So uh, then I found Pine Hollow, which is a great fit for us. And I love their custom labels. And I hope that everybody saw that today on the show, on the live, that we did the custom labels.
Absolutely. And that was what was so cool seeing Zonia with it. And we'll talk to her momentarily. But Chris got the honor tonight. Zonia De La Guardia gets the honor tonight. Just like last time, just like the next time. That's what makes it so cool because the specificity of it will all ultimately be based in who's getting the honor, but also who shows up. And that's what's so cool because I was here for the first time last time. I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces, but I'm also seeing a lot of new faces. Do you guys feel like your family grows with every event?
Right. So what happens is when we pick the entertainment, their followers come. So Zonia has a great following. She's young and she was great promoting this. So all her friends are here. So I'd say more than 50% is new this month, and that's really good. And now we want people to come. And this is like an outreach for the gallery, also to hear about the Tyler Robinson Foundation. And networking is a great thing. And we like that it's local art, local business, and local fundraisers for people.
It's outstanding. It really is. What you're doing in terms of the community, the networking is already incredible. In a place like Vegas, it's going to be extra special. And in a location like this, it's really surreal because it's so cool to see the work of the artists themselves, but to see your guys' relationship unfold and really how the working relationship, but both the personal relationship is there too. It really seems like a joint effort between you both. And I think that's why, at least me personally, I feel that's what separates it from other expositions or other gallery, events.
Yeah, so another thing that's really nice is when the entertainers come to see each other, a lot of them don't see each other that often. So they get to, a lot of times they meet here. And we've seen so many people network together and start business together and make friends, and it's just a beautiful thing.
It really is. And that's what it's all about. Wine, art, music, wham. They do it once a month. This is the first of 2025. It'll continue to be a thing as moving forward as it has for 6 years. And we will continue to follow with our GoLive Vegas coverage. One more thing. Absolutely.
So at the end of last year, we were trying to decide if we were actually going to extend it.
Mm-hmm.
So after last month, I still had no entertainment lined up for the year. So Neil and I sat together. We made a list of entertainers that we would like to come. Within 10 minutes, we had the year filled.
Wow.
Yes.
And that says
And
it all
thank
right
you.
there.
Thank you. We love all the entertainers in town, and a lot of them are our close friends. So it's great.
And that's what's so cool. It's about community. It's about family. It's about honoring those who deserve it, but it's also about honoring the efforts of Neil and Dorothy and everything they've accomplished with this wonderful gallery. So for you following, or all of us following a part of our Go Live Vegas coverage, we appreciate it. But be sure to, in the future, if you can get down here to check it out.
I'll tell you who's next
Absolutely.
month. Next month is going to be Sandy Nights, and that's going to be a great one. And that'll be around Valentine's Day, so we'll be doing the Valentine holiday.
How perfect. Aaron approves. They get the thumbs up from him. I'm sure we'll have a packed house. Dorothy, I even heard you mention in passing how there was a lot of people tonight. Expectations continue to be topped. The standard is there, and that's pretty cool to see. We'll continue to follow it all. Dorothy, thank you so much. Absolutely. Neil, everybody involved has been great. They've been welcoming. They've been warm. And a big reason why, as we continue to show you throughout the night, is because that is the vibe they put forth here. So don't go anywhere. We have plenty more from the Portnoy Gallery and the Wham event here on Go Live Vegas.
And thank you, Go Live Vegas.